What have you got to show me?
I've got something to show you. Want to see it? You'll love this. I'm thinking of sending this to you. Hang on.
Okay. What could it be? Oh, is that?
Hey! How about that, eh?
Who painted that?
A listener years ago.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah.
Les, look.
Why have you not put it on your wall?
Well, that would be a bit Paul Stainted, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice picture. I mean, to be fair, but it looks a bit like one of them Jackson Pollocks, doesn't it? That, like, you know,
yeah.
like the paint's exploded on the canvas. It's decent, but
I think that's a bit unkind. I think it's quite good. Now the thing is that was taken from a calendar that we did at the BBC. I don't know if you joined by then.
The nude calendar.
No, you did the nudes. No, but we all to dress up as we're heroes. And guess who Harper dressed up as? Go on.
Somebody from Liverpool, I would think. No.
You keep a close watch on this heart of mine. Johnny Cash.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I can't remember who the other people did, but I did Eric Morecambe. That was my Eric Morecambe one, so as well.
Yeah, I would have come as Leather Elvis. I think I've always fancied myself as Leather Elvis.
Oh, the leather. Oh, yeah. Oh. I would have put you down for the burger Elvis. Yeah, that's
anyway. You've not addressed the elephant in the room.
Well, I know you're very precious about how you look, but
yes,
I'm enjoying the moustache. I have to say.
I've grown a little moustache there, just in lockdown.
Is this your kind of French connection then? Are you and Macron made up? Because you had
No, I'm related to Gene Hackman, though.
Oh, you are? Okay. Because it is very Poirot. I like the Poirot in you. That's lovely, that. That's nice.
Now, listen, what you had for breakfast this morning?
I had, I'll tell you what, I had Rice Krispies this morning.
Did you?
Oh, I like Rice Krispies with sugar on them. Oh man, it just it takes me back to my my youth when we used to steal next door's Rice Krispies. Happy days. It was the days when you could leave the back door open, and we used to. When you left the back door open, you just went and had breakfast at next doors.
Just thank the Lord you're not living in Scotland at the moment, because it'd be absolutely freezing up there, wouldn't it?
Don't you? That would be. See, this is southern. Oh, look at the cold. It's all very cold. It's gone -6. That's summer up there. I swam in Aberdeen seaside in that kind of weather, son. So yeah, just give us a break.
Have you got special insulation for that sort of weather? Do Scots come with built-in insulation, or do you get it put in afterwards?
Yeah, they get. You know, when the boys come to do your insulation and they drill into the walls of your house.
Yeah,
we get that up the rear end.
Do you?
Yeah.
So like Kardashians have the collagen in their face, you have insulation pumped into your backside.
Yeah. In the old days, it used to be broken down newspaper, but now it's kind of this kind of. I think it's like that padding you get, for the loft insulation, but they can liquidize it and they shove it up there. You get it very young. It grows with you. It's fantastic. But body insulation.
I mentioned breakfast because I don't know if you've seen Weetabix doing the rounds this week with the very clever PR campaign where they put beans on the Weetabix, and it's done really well for them. It's got mentioned everywhere, and it started that debate, about what you put on your Weetabix and whether you have hot milk or cold milk. But for me, I just don't eat them at all.
Why? Because they're lovely.
No, they're biscuits of the apocalypse, my friend. They are the devil's biscuit. Weetabix, as a child, if that was all that was in the cupboard, or shredded wheat, I mean, don't get me started. Ian Botham, you never ate 3. He never ate 3. Nobody can eat 3 shredded wheat, and nobody wants to eat 3 Weetabix. Little biscuits of the devil. The man who invented them was a sick man with a troubled childhood. Briquettes of eternal damnation, we used to call them as kids, because you could never eat them without loading them with loads of sugar or something else. So just eat something else. Get rid of the biscuits of the apocalypse.
What did you stand on, Ready Brek then?
I quite like Ready Brek, although I prefer porridge, you know, Quaker porridge oats, the proper porridge, you know, because ready bread was a bit like baby sick, wasn't it?
It was a wee bit of that going on. Are you a muesli man? I'm interested in this now. Are you muesli or what?
Oh, I do like a bit of muesli. Yeah. He's a good player. He's a good player, good centre forward. He's scored a lot of goals in Spanish Serie A.
Yeah, I think he'll go to Paris Saint-Germain, and then he'll be known as muesli. I saw that thing with the Weetabix. Was that just a PR puff or what?
Yeah.
Well, they suggest. All right, because I was wondering, because I don't know about you, but I've never followed serving suggestions on packets. You know those when you get them. Here's what you should do with this. I've never.
Have you ever tried measuring out 30 grams of sugar puffs? It's like a spoonful. You know, it's all right to say, it won't add to your calorie content for the day very much, you know, if you just have 30 grams. I mean, 30 grams doesn't even fill a bowl.
I know. But the biggest thing for me out all of this is that breakfasts are back in the frame, which I'm really excited about. And that's important, isn't it? Is that important?
Yeah. What is a traditional Scottish breakfast? Because you have that square sausage thing, don't you?
Oh, well, talking of square sausage, well done. Aldi are bringing back for Valentine's. Oh, by the way, I've got to remind you, for that lovely lady of yours, it's Valentine's on the 14th. So
I've got a little present. Don't worry. Got a little present.
That sounded creepy. I've got a little
portable duster.
Oh, nice.
Electric portable duster machines.
Aldi are bringing back the 99p heart-shaped lawn sausage for Scottish Valentine's Day. Yeah, you know that square sausage? Well, they've cut it into to heart-shaped, so you can give somebody a heart attack while you're making love to them, which I've done before. But yeah, you can have square. Have you tried the square sausage? It's lovely.
I only had it once when I was in Scotland, and I just thought, why? Why would you make it square? You know, I'm quite happy with the traditional link style sausage, you know, fat for your Lincolnshires and thin for your chipolatas. And then the Scots have gone and squashed it and made it square.
Why would you not want to experiment? You know, the Scots, we've been known for experimenting with food. I'll just say deep fried. That's all I have to say.
Everything. Yeah.
Haggis, I have to say that. Well, I've never understood why we don't do heart-shaped haggis. You know.
Well, I'm all for experimenting, you know, don't get me wrong. I've experimented in the past in many different ways. But the only time I ate square sausage is when I took a holiday and flew from Ayr Airport. And the...
Prestwick.
It was Ayr, whatever.
It was Prestwick.
Whatever.
Ayr doesn't have an airport. Ayr doesn't... It's Prestwick Airport.
Yeah. Is that where Elvis flew in?
That's the one. Yeah, he stayed there. I had a couple of square sausages.
Thought that's enough. It's not a burger. I'm off.
I'm not staying.
Oh, no one else can understand me. Sausage.
You can do anything but lay off my square sausage.
But anyway, so that morning, it was an early flight from Ayr / Prestwick, and you know, the square sausage was on the menu. And I did experiment with the square sausage, but I was put off it because most of the people on the flight were Scottish, and it was 5 a.m. Not only were they eating square sausage, every single one of them had a pint of lager, even the ladies. And I just thought, welcome to Scotland.
Yeah. Well, you know, let's see, it's what's kept us going, being ruled by the English. It's
that and insulation for your arse.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. No, so I've got coming up. I've got some questions for you. Oh, I did enjoy your little video of you and your girl with out the back with your ski jump. That was lovely.
Ski jump. Yeah. We have a little hill in the back, and most of the year in the back garden, the hill is a pain in the backside. You know, when you're cutting the grass and you go up the hill, down the hill,
right.
And but once you get some snow, it's like a mini Alps, and we built a little bump. Yeah. We're doing the downhill today. I've taken the bump out today. The ski run's really icy now, and we're doing the downhill today, head first.
Fantastic, but it's just nice to see how the other half live in Stamford.
It's just a garden with a hill.
Stamford, the COVID capital of. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Well, that's because we have a little prison just around the corner from where I live called Stocken, and half the people in it have got COVID. So there's so few people live in Rutland that the whole rate has exploded because of people in the prison around the corner.
How are they infecting people? What kind of prison? Is it an open prison that they're getting?
Well, it's obviously quite open, isn't it? You know, somehow they've got COVID in there. I don't know. How would you get it in there? Perhaps they smuggled it in with the cocaine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got a cocaine story for you later on. I know you like a cocaine story.
I tell you, I'm going to play a little game with you later called Roman or Not.
Oh, that's nice. I got to say that. Why have we not put a moustache on you before?
Yeah. Well, I tell you why I put a moustache on me, because you can do it on Zoom. You can put all these backgrounds on you. Because I don't know if you saw that there was a fella up in court this week, and he got a pussycat emoji as his face. And bear in mind, there was judges and lawyers and solicitors and everything else. This fella had to say to the judge, "I'm not a cat," because he couldn't work out how to turn the Zoom filter off. He was trying to, it's when he turned Zoom on for his trial, he just had the face of a kitten. Yeah,
I've enjoyed the Jackie Weaver thing. Has really been funny. I think it's done now. I have to say, maybe just let's leave it. But Andrew Lloyd Webber did a thing. One of his singers in his musical Cinderella, they did the Jackie Weaver, and it did it a wee bit like a classic. You know, that whole kind of talky singy bit as well. Yeah. Jackie Weaver, you're not qualified. Jackie Weaver,
it was
great name.
She's just unflappable. The way she just put up with all these people, you know, there were awful people.
Yeah.
And they were shouting at her, and she just like, mute.
Can we just sort something out? We had one of those people thinking they were being funnier than us on the Twitter. Yeah. Exactly. Councillor Julie Howe.
Oh, from Peterborough. Yeah, I know her. She's got form, that girl.
Yeah, well, she put something up on there because Michael Caine and Elton Jonas, they did a video telling us all to get our vaccine, and she thought it was me and you, and I thought, how unkind. One man's 87, and the other one wears a wig. You know, so I was furious about that because it hurt. Because I might look.
Well, I think on that basis, one man's older than the other. She's got you down as Michael Caine, and she's by insinuation, she's saying I wear a wig.
Yeah,
that's what she's saying.
That angle you've got today, my friend.
Yeah,
it's starting to go. It's starting to go. Hey, do you want a game of? Talking about vaccinations, I'm getting vaccination envy. A lot of my friends and my people in Scotland are getting the vaccinations, and celebrities are getting vaccinations as well. And I'm
well, lots of celebs. I mean, when Dame Judi Dench had her vaccination. You mentioned Elton John, Michael Caine, and that great video. But I've got a bit of an exclusive for you here, Ronnie.
See, with that moustache, that's even better. That's lovely.
I've got a bit of an exclusive for you here, Ronnie.
Tell me, son. Tell me, Boise.
Nobody knows this. But all the stars are getting jabbed. But the big one has had his jab this week. The man who lives in this old house.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Who used to drive us crazy in the 80s. The best-selling single artist of the 80s, selling more singles than Madonna. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Shakin' Stevens has had his jab. Round of applause for Shaky.
I think that's amazing because the reason he is called Shakin' is because he does shake, and that nurse must have been nervous putting the jab into him. Because he kept moving. He kept moving in his double denim. He's double denim, and he's moving. The Welsh Elvis. But I mean, he's not been in the limelight for many years. I'm sure you're aware, Ronnie, the Cardiff-born singer. He's been a rock and roll recluse for many, many years. Can you be a recluse in Cardiff?
Well, he doesn't live in Cardiff anymore. In fact, he's been living for many years, Ronnie, in a converted Elizabethan folly just outside of Slough. Not many people know that. And he lives with his partner, fashion designer Christian Dior. Did you know that?
Christian.
Christian
Okay.
Dior.
Right. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, right. Okay. No, I didn't know that, Paul. This is it.
Yeah. Well, you got me into it with the jabbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like a bit of jabbing. And together over the years, Shaky and Christian, they've created fashion ranges for the Paris catwalk, and people don't know because Shaky doesn't like to have his name on it. He likes Christian to take all the credit.
That's nice of him. Yeah.
Anyway, they've designed exclusive outfits for kings and queens and superstars. And much as Christian has said to him, look, put your name on it, Shaky. No. You have it all, Christian. Just your name, Dior. That'll sell it. Dior. But their biggest success, Ronnie, and nobody knows this, I don't think, but their biggest... their biggest success is in the perfume business, Ronnie.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm just going to check. Yeah. How long we got with the Zoom? Yeah, carry on. That's good. That was good.
But obviously, Shaky perfume, that's why he's kept his name off that as well, because that wouldn't sell, would it? Shaky perfume. Their biggest seller, in fact, Ronnie, Shaky Stevens and Christian Dior, their biggest selling perfume, you'll never guess what it is.
I haven't got a clue, my friend.
Their biggest selling perfume, ladies and gentlemen, Green Dior. Green Dior.
Occasionally I get emails from people and they hear it, and we do one of these and they say, you guys should be back on the radio. And then the other ones will come, you guys shouldn't be back on the radio.
It took me a long time to come up with that.
It's lovely, but it caught me unawares, my friend, but that was lovely. You want a game of Ask Paul?
Please. Yeah, I like Ask Paul.
Ask Paul. Get correspondence on ronnie@ronniebarber.co.uk. This first one comes from Titus Pants. He asks, have you ever tickled the trout?
I'm not a big fan of fishing.
Okay.
My brother took me fishing once, and I just thought, what am I sitting here all day for? And there's nothing happening, nothing going on. So, I've not tickled a trout or a perch or even a herring. I've not been near. I've got some fish news for you later, though. Just remind me, because I need to talk to you about fish.
Labia Slack asks, in the old days, when you were on the radio, I remember you used to make lovely mahogany coffee tables as prizes for the listeners. I was just wondering, when was the last time you knocked one out?
Well, it's funny, I've kept that up, and I keep knocking them out, to be honest with you, on a regular basis.
All right.
I like to do it privately, though. I have to wait until the missus goes out.
Yeah, that's good, because she doesn't like the smell of wood stain, does she? She's not...
all the chippings.
Oh, that's nice you're still doing that. Charlie Vibrato asks, because of your long history of drug abuse, Paul, I was wondering if the medics were able to find a bit of undamaged skin for your COVID jab. Will you have any skin left for them to prick you?
Well, they do struggle to
find the
vein. Yeah, they do struggle, but and what I do is I just get one of the old holes and they can go in again.
Oh, that's nice. Oh,
I keep a hole there, and they just go straight in. Yeah.
Isn't that's nice to know that years of abuse. Last question.
They like that as well. They like the fact that I've given them access to my main vein.
That's nice. This last one here from Tess Hickles. My wife and my mum has always wondered what your chosen choice of torture would be. Would it be waterboarding or electrodes attached to your gonads? That's a nice question.
What for me to endure?
Yeah. What would be your chosen one? If I was to say, I've got to get information, waterboarding or electrodes attached to your gonads?
Well, I'm not going to go down the gonads route because I had a bit of criticism last week for your fascination with the.
You were at it last week as well.
Well, it was you that took the brunt of the testicleness. So I'll go for waterboarding. I'll take a bit of waterboarding. I think I could handle that.
It's either that she did PS or watching back-to-back episodes of The One Show.
Oh my God. No, I'll take waterboarding rather than The One Show every day of the week. And there are myriad of presenters who seem to, I think people just walk by that studio at the front of Broadcasting House and they drag them in to present that night. because every night there's a different bloke on the couch, you know, and I don't know who they are.
We're getting they've got a sort of morning show now where a man and a woman talk about, you know, a bit like Richard and Judy or whatever. And then they do another one, the One Show. They're obsessed with double-headed chatty chat shows.
Yeah, it's good that our license fee has been spent in this unique way and doing things that other broadcasters are not doing.
That's precisely. Thank goodness I'm not just copying a format. You know.
Yeah. I'm going snowballing this afternoon. Have you got any snow left, by the way? You got any snow?
We've got nothing at all.
What?
Well, we got a wee bit, but it was nothing. It's not like yours. You know,
we've still got about 6 or 7 inches on the grass. Well, ski run's still there, so we're gonna go and do a bit of snowballing. But I've found it a bit difficult because, you know, by the time I've wiped the snowball and disinfected every one, there's not a lot left. So you know, it's gone. I don't know.
Issue. But
it's
at least,
tricky, mate. It's tricky.
But well done as a responsible ex-broadcaster that you're thinking ahead. You don't want any of those pictures of the Daily Mail looking over that fence of your massive estate and going, oh, look at this, retired, sacked, fired, retired jock is throwing snowballs without any COVID restrictions at all.
Yeah, and remember that if you are throwing snowballs today, you know, thanks to Storm Darcy, remember that because that's the other thing. Storm Darcy, you know, for many of us in this region who got a lot of snow and a lot of ice, it didn't feel like a Darcy. Do you know what I mean?
No.
A Darcy might sort of waltz in with a waft of wind and a twirl of moisture before fox-trotting off stage left in a huff of self-importance. You know, that'd be a Darcy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But no, it just dumped loads of snow and ice. I want to know, Ronnie, where did they get the names from for all of this?
I've wondered about that, and I've also wondered about, you know, when the cops do an operation, the Operation Bobcat or Operation Ankle Feet. You know, who names them? Is it the same people that name storms?
Well, it might be, and I think the problem I have with storm names is I tend to associate them with people that I know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if there's a Storm Boris, you think, it'd be full of blustery wind, not much else. Absolutely, absolutely fine. You know, Storm Dolly, huge double weather front, only affecting the country, not towns and cities.
That's it. Nice. Yeah.
And Storm Ronnie, small and noisy, but won't last long.
See, there's no need for that. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Hey, Richard Bacon, you remember him? He left the BBC in circumstances not always nice. He's been told. Sorry, I've just been banging my microphone. It's a weird thing to say.
You're such a professional. That's what I like about you. All those years on the radio, and you're still banging your microphone.
Yeah, it keeps me awake. Anyway, Richard Bacon denies. You remember him, Richard Bacon?
I do, because I did when I was working at 5 Live. He was doing a bit on the afternoons there, and I think he's just sold a TV show to Netflix for millions of pounds as well. A TV show.
Clever. Richard Bacon denies urban legend that he snorted cocaine off of a Blue Peter tortoise. Now, I hope he hasn't, because that's animal abuse. But there are certain animals that lend themselves to snorting cocaine. From what I've seen in the telly, I've never taken myself, Paul. But there would be other animals, and I just wondered, with your history, when you've had to nip out for a quick Charlie, have you ever thought about a tortoise shell as a site for sniffing?
Well, I think it would be difficult, because wouldn't the cocaine all roll off? Because is it concave, that? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's convex.
Convex. Concave the other way, isn't it? Yeah.
I think if it's a big enough tortoise, to be fair, I don't think it's like one of those ones that used to bury before winter, to hibernate. Remember, they used to do that. John Knox would get some straw and put it into a box.
I found it cruel. Burying tortoises was cruel.
Yeah, apparently they were hibernating, but when they brought the bottom back out, they were different. They were different tortoises.
I tried it with terrapins, but they never seem to survive.
No, Anyway, but he reckons that's just one of those things. But
I think there are better animals. If you're going to snort cocaine off an animal, surely there are better animals to use for that, aren't there? I mean, I would have thought
flatter backs. Yeah, go on.
anything with a flatter back. You know, a beaver. You could snort cocaine off the back of a beaver.
Here's the issue. What about one of those army delis? You know, army delis? Where you
yes, an armadillo would be good. What about a small chihuahua?
Yeah, or a sausage dog. Yes, good
sausage dog, perfect. Because of course of the length, you could go right up its back, couldn't you?
Yeah. No, quickly, Paul, I'll just say this.
We don't advocate drug taking, by the way, on this podcast. We're just having a laugh.
I have never taken drugs knowingly.
No, right. The wife slips you Viagra in cocoa, didn't she?
Yeah, I'll get it in the jab. I'm gonna say to my nurse just to shove a wee bit of the old Viagra in there.
You must have more pricks in you than a pincushion.
I've been known to frequent some places. Yeah, I'm getting to that stage now. Yeah, I think if I get that will my arm just be stiff for the rest of the day, or will it travel elsewhere?
What, with Viagra?
Yeah, will I get a stiff arm?
Possibly. I don't know. Or maybe a stiff fist. Maybe just a stiff fist if you have it in your arm.
The old Viagra jokes. Right? That's for the oldies. That's for the oldies. That's for
that's for all those fellas who don't get stiff arms anymore.
No, it's bless them. I've got a story here as well, Paul, about a man swallowing. This is a public service thing, right? Safety comes first in this program. And
yes, if you're just tuning in for the first time, what we do is we look at the week's news, we dissect it, we have a look at it, we try to make fun of it, and above all, we stay safe.
Yeah, man accidentally swallows AirPod in his sleep. You know those little white things, Paul? I think I've seen you wearing them.
Yes.
Have you got one on today? Have you got ear?
No, I've got the wired version because it plugs into the back of my microphone, so I can hear you, Ronnie.
Well, this man was having his AirPods and he was listening to something, and he must have gone asleep and he accidentally swallowed an AirPod.
Oh.
And so it's ended up, he had to go into, I don't know if it passed through, Paul, or whether I don't know where it was down his esophagus or down his windpipe, you know.
But how do you do that? If you're falling asleep with your AirPods in, how do you swallow them? Unless he's accidentally put them in the wrong orifice.
No, you know I think there is his ear, but I've done that as well with my AirPods. I have to slip them on my pillow, because I think I would swallow an AirPod if I got.
If you're putting your AirPods under your pillow, where do you put your teeth? I get your teeth under there.
Aha! Well, there you go. My wife and I share. We have one of these split down the middle teeth containers, and she puts in one side his and her teeth container. It's lovely. It's lovely. We sometimes
do you ever get the wrong teeth?
We do. It's very funny because we sit there in the morning. I say, "You all right, Dan?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right." And she starts talking Scottish. It's just very funny.
And whistling Dixie because of that gap. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so that's a public service one, folks. Do not go to sleep with your AirPods in your ears because you could end up swallowing them.
And if you do, put some tape over your ear to keep them in. So just tape your head up. If you tape your head round, like a comedy. Yeah. Lots and lots of gaffer tape round your ears. You've got a massive bandage on your head. And that's going to keep your AirPods in your ears all night long. You'll lose a bit of hair. You'll pull a bit of hair off in the morning. Yeah, thanks,
brilliant.
Mate.
Thank you, son. Magic. That's brilliant. Well done.
Yeah, I've got a new idea, by the way.
Okay.
Excuse me. The news at the minute, really boring and really dull. And honestly, poor old Hugh Edwards. I worry about him. Every night he's there for his 10 o'clock news. Every night it's COVID, and he seems to get whiter and whiter and whiter. His face. I don't know if they're putting on too much makeup. But there's a lot of white going on. He looks like a relation of Count Dracula's. I think he might be of the dead. I think he might be a vampire.
You think he's worried to the other side? Not ITV.
No, not that other side. I think he's a creature of the night because you only see Hugh Edwards when it's dark. Yeah. And he's getting whiter and paler skin. I think he's feasting on the blood of humans.
Wow.
But I've got an idea to cheer him up a bit.
Yeah, go on.
Because I think the news that he's delivering every night is boring. And even though he's obviously now a vampire, I think this will give him a bit more excitement in his life. Because I saw this story in the newspapers this week, and I thought this would be great. You know, for the 10 o'clock news, have a segment every night called Naked News.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Naked News, yeah?
Yeah.
Because inspired by a man who's been given a £200 fine after he was found naked in his Mazda in a closed car park on what he said was an essential trip to buy some wet wipes. Now, he was the man was naked, sat in the car. So the unnamed man appeared flustered when he was questioned by police in Derbyshire, who were patrolling yesterday after local rangers alerted them to littering and other soiled items in the area.
Wow.
Police said, "Oh, I've got a frog in my throat." On pulling up next to the car,
moustache, mate.
Yeah, it probably is. It's you know, or an AirPod. On pulling up next to the car, officers were startled to discover a lone male in a complete state of nature. This is how the police described it. Yeah. So I thought, you know, naked news. I don't know about you, Ronnie. I've never been a fan of romping about in the Altogether. I don't understand why you want to and all that, but you know, or why you want to play tennis in the Altogether or anything like that. But yeah, I just thought naked news would be a good section for the 10 o'clock news, and just to give Hugh Edwards a bit of a pep.
Yeah,
you know,
nudes at 10. What about that? Nudes at 10.
That would be brilliant. And you know, there is more actually. There's more naked news this week. The police team who caught the man naked in the Mazda, yeah, and this is their words. They also fined a couple who they caught having a peck in a Peugeot. Yeah.
Oh,
you see what they've done there?
Yeah,
and that was at a closed beauty spot. They also pulled over another couple who were having a cuddle in a Citroen. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Another couple getting steamy in a Skoda.
Yes.
However, they failed to spot a third couple in a Fiat having a fag. You thought I was going to say the F word there?
Yeah, I just went, okay, well, all bets are off. But you did well done, you. I would have gone with no, I wouldn't. Well, talking of Dracula, as a woman. A female bodybuilder has got herself vampire teeth put in. She's decided that she was a bit slim and everything and wasn't any muscly, but she was part of a witches' coven at school. Sarah Holder.
I never did that class. Did you do that class? I didn't realize it was available.
No, I did spells and everything, but that was a Harry Potter one.
I think Julie Howell did that as well. She's definitely been in a witch's coven, Julie Howell. Yeah.
Pumping iron since 2010. She should be doing the Ireland from 2010. Love that's what you should do. She was the weight of a reindeer. And she
what?
Yeah.
Small one or a fully grown reindeer?
Yeah, she lifts up to wait a minute. She lifts up to 315 pounds, the weight of a reindeer.
Sorry. She doesn't weigh that much.
But she saw her body change doing all this activity. Even within the first, my boobs and curves went into muscle, were really addictive. And then she went, something missing, and she went and got herself some vampire teeth put in. So she's going to do more vampire-y stuff.
What makes somebody think that, Ronnie? I mean, what makes you look at your body, you know, in lockdown? I know we're all bored and you're looking for things to do, but, you know, getting vampire teeth has never been on my list.
No. Well, when you see it in the films, I've wondered what that feels like. I once get into trouble. I bit somebody in the playground, Colin Easton. I bit him. We're playing chase and he grabbed me and I automatically, survival instinct, I just bit him on his hand. But I've wondered what it's like to have your blood sucked out of your neck. You know, just like that, dude. What's it like to?
I don't know, but there is a lot of vampire stuff about at the minute, and I'm not just talking about Hugh Edwards on the 10 o'clock news, but the Vampire Diaries thing. There's the thing on ITV. Just every single news show on Netflix that's aimed at kids seems to have some sort of vampire element. I wonder whether we're not being told the truth here.
Hey, listen, do you want Hitler's toilet seat?
No, I'm all right, thanks.
Okay, you could have got it for 13,750.
Why would you want a toilet seat that's been used, though? I'm a bit funny about stuff like that. I mean, I don't even care if it's Hitler's. You know, does it open like that, by the way?
Nice. Yeah, I like that.
For those not watching in glorious technical, I've raised my arm and I sort of hit the salute. There you go.
All right. The eventual winning bid for the Nazi Kazi was $1,500, with the buyer's premium taking it. Right. So there was a buyer's premium, but it's a bloke who brought it back. And oh, wow, it's just an ordinary white. It's one of those ones you think, I'm going to have to change that. I'll change it in a bit, love. I'll get a new one. I'll get one.
Does it have a swastika on it or anything? No?
No, it's just got pictures of Hitler from a newspaper cutting. No, there's no kind of Nazi symbol
Is there a mustache, a little mustache there?
No, I think that's just some pubic hair, mate. But why is it people are obsessed with buying stuff that Hitler? I mean, it's not as if he brought out the best album of all time. Why do they want stuff that Hitler's done? What is that then, Paul?
I just think it's the fascination with the weird. You know, some people are fascinated by things like that. They're fascinated by, serial killers and things like that, aren't they? And all sorts, It's the same as, women that get married to Charles Manson and people like that. Why would you? You're going to end up dead. Why would you do that?
That's good, yeah.
He's got form.
Yeah, that's good. All right, and I've kind of more or less done what I need to talk about today. You get any more you need to do?
I've got a couple of things. If you like, I want to talk about fish, and also I've got a game to end Roman or not Roman.
Again. Good.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen this story this week, Ronnie, but Cornwall's fishing industry is considering changing the names of some of its most common catches to increase the appeal. The Megrim sole and spider crab are to get glamorous name changes so that we scoff more of it, which is great for the Megrim crab, the Megrim sole and the spider crab. It's great for them, but other fish are up in arms, not very happy, who think they deserve a name change as well. The pollocks.
Pollocks. Not the pollocks.
The pollocks. If any fish deserved a name change, it's the pollocks. They don't even put pollock on the side of pollock fish fingers. They just put fish. Like cod and haddock get their own name.
Yeah.
No, because pollocks.
Why would they do that with pollocks?
Well, because they're the butt of everybody's fish jokes, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, the pollocks.
Whenever anybody wants to make a fish joke, they rhyme something with pollocks, don't they?
Oh, yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, that nice one. Yeah, good one.
Anyway, there's more fish news. Do you want some?
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
A lady from Sleaford called Anchovy no, seriously, this is it's not a laughing matter, mate. This is serious stuff.
Yeah, Anchovy. Okay.
Anne from Sleaford, Anchovy, she lost her court battle recently. I don't know if you saw this one. She was trying to get the name changed of that small silver salty foraging fish of the same name. She is the butt, not like the pollocks. She is the butt of jokes, and she's had to put up with it for years because of that bloody little silver fish that forages about and put in salty recipes.
Yeah.
She went to court to try and get them to change the name of the anchovy so that people were not taking the mickey out of Anchovy from Sleaford. Yeah. She claimed it was causing emotional distress, Ronnie. Anyway, the judge, unfortunately, threw out the case and found in the favour of the anchovy. But Anchovy's since changed her name anyway, so she's sorted all that out. She's fine now. She's going by the name of Anaconda.
She's changed. She's changed the species. She's gone to That's clever. That's well done to her.
Why wouldn't you?
Play this game with me, because we're running out of time.
Roman or not Roman? Okay, very quickly then. This week in the news, a Roman soldier's payslip was uncovered. The man it's addressed to, Gaius Mezzes. You remember Gaius?
It's building up again. We've gone somewhere else again.
No. Do you remember Gaius? Don't you, from school?
Yes.
Took a lot of heat, did Gaius. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's thought that he participated in the siege of Masada in what is now Israel between 73 and 75 AD. They found his payslip. It's all in denarii. Denari, a Roman currency. Anyway, basically, the army charged him for everything he had, from his boots to straps to barley and everything that they had. So he got this 50 denarii every week, and the army just took it back, charged him for everything. But it got me thinking, Ronnie, we could play a new game, Roman or not Roman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I wish I had my mixer here. I could have done the jingle for you. All right.
So three items here. You can play along at home if you want to play Roman or not Roman. And I was thinking, you know, if this goes to telly, perfect presenter for this, Roman Kemp.
Nice. You've thought it.
Anyway, so here we are. Three items that could be Roman.
Yes.
Or possibly not.
Right.
What I would like you to do, Ronnie, is listen to my descriptions and shout out as loud as you can, Roman, not Roman.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
It's a fairly simple quiz. So, number one, Roman or not Roman? Caesar salad. Now, most people assume the Caesar salad was named after Julius Caesar. Caesar salad, Ronnie. Roman or not Roman?
Not Roman.
Well, you might be surprised here, Ronnie. You might be surprised. No, you're right. You're correct.
Yeah.
In fact, the Caesar salad was invented in Tijuana, Mexico, by a man named Caesar Cardini, an Italian-American restaurateur. Yeah?
I thought it was him.
Et tu, Brutai. So, number two. Billy Smart's circus. Roman or not Roman? I mean, any circus. I've just taken Billy Smart. Any circus. Roman or not Roman?
Not Roman.
Incorrect.
All right.
Incorrect. Because circus comes from the Latin, in which it means circle or circus. In its earliest English use, the 14th century, the word referred to the spectacles of ancient Rome, Ronnie. So circus is Roman. You've dropped a bollock. Right, number three, Brutus jeans. Brutus, tu Bruta. You remember Brutus jeans in the 70s?
Yeah.
Bloody awful.
Just under your toga. Definitely
jeans.
Not Roman.
Well, Marcus Junius Brutus, often referred to simply as Brutus, was a Roman senator, the most famous of the assassins of Julius Caesar, of course.
Oh, yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Nothing to do, though, with Brutus Jeans, no. This was a company founded in 1966 by brothers Keith and Alan Fredman, who were 18 and 17 at the time. And if you were unlucky enough to have Brutus Jeans in the 70s, as I was, you were on benefits and you were getting free school dinners. Because I had to have the Brutus Jeans, and they marked me out. They marked me out, Ronnie. Mark me out.
Brutus. All right. I knew this would come someday.
Yeah.
Well, I was a wrangling man myself. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to get in touch with us, or leave us a message on the Anchor FM thingy. Just leave us if you want to ask Paul a question. If you'd like to complain, you can ask, or you can complain to Paul. If you'd like to pass on compliments about how funny I've been today, it's Ronnie at ronniebarber.co.uk. Or if you want to complain about, at least him, PS, it's Paul at psmedia.org.uk.
Don't mention the rugby.
Ooh.
Listen, I've got to go. I've got to go and wipe my snowballs.